recording. I should be live now. Hitting confirm and go live. Hello. I'm probably Mothman. Probably not that Mothman, but probably Mothman. And you're you, I hope. And this is a stream. I think. I hope. If I've hit all the buttons correctly, it is. Alright. Well. All signs point to this working, as far as I can tell. So we're gonna take this as a sign that it's working. Oh, I can hear myself just a tiny bit in a delay. Is there a way to mute myself? I'll just make peace with it. Well, as long as there's not like an echo in the recording, I suppose. I think that's just the delay getting back to me. Who knows? Who knows? Thought I heard the sounds of a creature attacking a tree or something. Oh, I think I'm hearing the minuscule sound of the trees getting hit in the stream. Sorry, the delay is messing me up a little bit. Oh, one moment. Testing, testing. Okay, I think I know what was happening. And that was in the process of checking and making sure that everything was working, I had opened up Twitch on my browser. Just in the process of things, you know, checking sure everything's actually uploading right, and all that. And I must have left it on my main opening page, and because I'm relatively new to Twitch, I did not immediately realize that that was playing my stream unmuted, so I was indeed hearing myself. And now I am not. Hoobly, hoobalay, 'tis a blessed day. Now, if I'm being a little bit quiet, I do apologize, but I am just trying not to be super loud. It is somewhat late here, so I'm gonna try and keep it reasonable. Now, I believe last time we had a Grey Dwarf raiding party swing on in and cause the about the amount of havoc you'd expect them to. That being said, though, we're doing pretty well for this being just a sort of a ruins takeover of a base. Sort of deciding if I want to sneak some storage up there. There are a few things like trophies that, you know, you don't really need to access often, but you need to store. Always right at the most inopportune moments that you run out of wood. Leave that bare for now. I don't know if I want to outline all of these with wood, but there's a part of me that wants to just see what that looks like. Got it. Set myself on fire, but I got it. Alright. Sorry, I had a paranoia moment that I had not switched the stream back over from the "we'll be right back" image that I made. can't say that I have any particular goals for, I guess, my first stream, other than just just playing for a little bit longer than an hour. Yeah, I'll leave that as is. I like some of the energy of that. I'm just debating getting a loft type area up in here. Again, not for much more than maybe storing trophies or something like that. So I do think that would be the thing that I find myself most often overburdened by. And that's kind of fun. Gives us a little view out of the hole there as well. Yeah. Alright, that being the case then, let's... Wood. Need to go chop down some firs. Nope. It's like, I'm willing to bet I can jump that high, and the answer is no, I cannot. This we can probably put right there. That's a little far away, I guess. Can we... Yeah, we could swap those around. As always, the smallest and most persnickety of details that'll catch me. So what if I take this and just go... I'd love it if we could put that a little bit closer to the fire so it could be like a wood chopping station. Actually, could we... Ooh. Okay. That I can... Alright. We're gonna stack some wood out here when we have some extra. Actually, speaking of extra, absolutely sacrifice a stack of core wood for some logs to be chopped here at the axe. let's put some more food over here. I don't know why, but I tend to put raw stuff towards the top, and then I'll put progressively cooked things lower down. We'll see if we can keep that that pattern, or if it mutates horribly. Bees are kind of raw. Oh, and I immediately got distracted from this. Nice. But that's enough for him to, like, kind of shimmy up here. And then we can... It's not blocked. I'm just in the way. Noticing that's being a wee bit more difficult about getting where it wants to go. So let's that. Oh, how in the ruddy heck am I thinking of hooking this one up? You ever look at a problem that you feel like should be really obvious, and just for the life of you, you can't figure out what the solution should be? I'll intersect this stairs a little bit, but I also kind of don't mind this hanging. Now we'll see if that interrupts me getting up the stairs, because that would be frustrating. So that gets us up to here, and then we can get to there. Let's put... a couple of lights up here. Can I get one over there? Would be a treat if I could. Oh? Hello. Lovely. Okay. Beautiful. I can even do a nice little chest here as well if we feel like it. And we'll let that be the treasure chest. I'm gonna get a little bit of gold here. I don't know that I'm going to be quite that rife with trophies here, but I suppose better safe than sorry. I'll put that up there. I'm going to put the ancient seeds up there as well. That's not quite a trophy, but it's... I don't know, To me, it's tangential. It's a rare drop that's requisite for boss battles, a little bit like the deer trophies. So. But plants of useful nature there. Stick the rest of the resin there. We're doing pretty good so far. It's a little tighter than I'd like, but doesn't have to be perfect. I do need to put a bed down though. Otherwise I am going to have an incredibly long run back when some kind of fortune catches up with me. Position that right under the stairs there. Let's see, do we have... Got a pretty good amount of deer hide here. Now we do that. There we go. Now for craftables. Let's see, 20 leather scraps and 15 flint. Could slip that right there pretty nicely though. Okay. That might be the goal then. It's more leather and flint. Says I have one viewer. Hello. I can't seem to see anything on the Valheim end of things, but if you're real and not just a strange occurrence on Twitch telling me there's a ghost watching me, then hello. Where to go and what to do. We're going to head north along the coast and just see if we can't get the lay of the land. Let's get some more deer on the way. It's not going to help me with the leather scraps, but Party going on here. Always a party, those Grey Dwarfs. Always a party. I'll let that one run free. Truly expect to just wander into the world here at some point. If you're wondering where we are and what we're doing, there's several videos on YouTube kind of leading up to this point. Some happenings in the meadows, the construction of the lamp, and other such important things. I didn't know this could spawn in the Black Forest. Well, I've got to admit a certain temptation to build something here. Maybe if we need a Black Forest port. Stone circle, Black Forest. Seems I am full up on stone, at least. Aerial crypt a little further up. Take 5 foot out. Perfect. Try to map just a little bit more while we run back. Speaking of trolls, there's not one over there, but there's a cave at least, so. So I'm probably going to mark these berries too. Burial crypt up here. arrows in there. Realize I haven't made a bow yet, but that's probably partly due to just not having the leather. Such is life. I should really find a different way to handle this, because this just looks like it is not letting any smoke out. Oh, it's probably the little crossbeams, ain't it? Yeah, one more righteous little goober. Yeah, well. Live and learn. And, you know, hopefully don't get carbon monoxide poisoning. Let's see. It's a ways back to Firstlamp. Nearest meadows are just over there. Could try something a little direct, I suppose. Leave them be. Mark out this. Somewhere in these woods in the loose direction I am running is a 1-star troll. And I'm sure they are going to be thrilled to see me if I move within their sightlines. Okay, but I was right though. There is a spawner. Alrighty. Well, it's time. Time for what? The party. Let all who read me beware of the Grey Dwarves, the skulkers in darkness, the soulless ones. They are born from rotten rainfall, they spring like mushrooms from the smoking soil. There is nothing on their tongues or behind their eyes. Those who fear nothing should fear them still. When the soul of a murderer or a great sinner rots under the ground, it makes a hollow cyst which draws rock and wood and moss to it. It gathers up the peat into flesh, braids reeds into bone, and takes rags for skin. It should not walk, but when the night comes, it walks. Should you who read this see one with a sword in your hand, lance it and let it out, or put it to the torch, for it fears the flame. Less than stoked to see a brood there, but they're cosmically not the worst thing to deal with. I think that will be a deep enough pit. We'll see. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. You crave violence. Embrace it. Just kidding, you should have not done that. Into the pit with ye. Deeper into the pit with ye. Okay, fine. I'll make the pit deeper. Alright, meander over here. Free trips to the hole. I think they're trying to trick me into the hole. I had to guess, you're trying to trick me into the hole. Dastardly. Absolutely dastardly. Look, your HP bar is going to run out before my kicks. Haha. Alright. And if you don't know why I bothered to do that, this summoner is basically a nerd now. Which means I can go about building a nice little spawner camp around it. Have a pretty good source of wood and stone, to be totally honest with you. Now, of course, there is the mild issue of the, again, troll cave somewhere down the hill, but, you know, whatever. Stop throwing rocks, you bastards. There's a non-zero chance they'll get feisty in there and just make that a bit of a problem for the spawner's health pool, so we're just gonna tighten that up. We're gonna get rid of the marker that I put in the wrong spot, and we're going to put this out of our mind for a little bit. Because I need leather. Oh, is there another? Okay. Well, I'm in less of a mood to deal with that one the way I just did, so... And sometimes you can just brute force your problems. Though I can't brute force the night. Here to put the ancient seeds away. Take a moment to rest by the fire. Alright. Still going to need the leather. Don't know if we're going to worry about the spawner until we have the ability to use a stone crafter, only because to defend it I feel like, well, maybe it would be more aesthetic to like build it out of wood. I don't know. I'll ponder it, but I don't think the spawner is going to be anything I deal with anytime soon. Very confident that I can get over to the meadows here without getting into too much trouble. Broke one distraction and caged the other, so, you know, here's to hoping. This way. Oh, excuse me. Ah, no chest, only a tree. They know the value of the tree. Excellent. But do they yet know the value of lamp? This is to be seen. That way is the meadow. Okay. Breasted lived through a stab. Okay, I was gonna say, if you're just gonna stand there, I'm taking the leather. Let's see. Speak of the boar devil. I mean, I also know somewhere else I can go to get leather pretty reliably. This Firstlamp has several boars. Needs water. If I cut a straight line back, it's actually not the worst, I suppose. Something to consider. Leather first, though. Leather first. Okay. I'm heading in about the right direction, then. Bees? No bees. Some loose cash, but no bees. Long ages past, when the All-Father Odin united the worlds, he threw down the Vanir, the giants and those creatures older than any others. The greatest of them could not be killed, but were instead forsaken, exiled here to Valheim for eternity. When they tread the earth, the lesser creatures jump like crumbs on a drumskin. You will know them when you see them. High meadow here. There we go. I am loosely heading back to Firstlamp, but on the way trying to keep an eye out for donations of leather, we'll say. It'd probably do me good to explore a bit around the Sacrificial Stones, too. I like building at least a hub of sorts or a portal location near the stones just for ease of access. My last game I did my main, well, my last game I'm still technically playing it, but I don't like fully splitting my attention between two games at the mo. Try and focus my energy here for a little bit and see how it is, but in my other game, basically my main base is a very large stone-walled fortification near the standing stones. I've marked out the border you can't build in and just sort of picked a side to build around. Now there's a part of me that wants to, and I don't know if this is the save for it, because I think it is pretty hilly around the stones on this world. It's hilly off one side, the other side seems flat enough. I was gonna say, I have a slight temptation to like build a little bit like that again, but do sort of a city that arches out from it, expanding out and sort of growing as resources and such become available. think we'll continue our trek back to Firstlamp, but we are going to do ourselves a little favor here. So I can take Pathan all the way in, but where can I start this? Okay. There are probably better ways to do this, but my usual thinking is if I go around and I smooth or raise all of the dirt at as close a place as I can, if I build on the outside of that raised dirt, like over here, I know that I'm not overlapping anything. And I'm going to build something here, so I'm going to take the time to at least mark this out, but I don't know yet if it's going to be like a big hub or if it's going to be, I don't know, maybe just like a temple. And if it is going to just be a temple or, you know, something that's, you know, a very fancy place to put a portal, then it raises the question, where is the hub going to be? Because I think having my resources spread out all over the place, or having like a million bases that I have to constantly transport stuff between, is going to get a little tedious over time. And I do enjoy seeing like small bases become larger. At the same time, I do want to, you know, have a base in every biome and, you know, really kind of push myself to build and adapt to the different challenges that the biomes present, but, I don't know, maybe I'll just try to do both. Have, like, a big base that I keep coming back to and sending resources to, but have, like, a, you know, a base of operations in every given biome that I can get away with. Alright, there we go. Like, it's not perfect by any means, but it's good enough for... It's good enough for giving, like, a loose idea of where the boundary is that you have to work with. If I was going to do something here, I'd probably... I don't want to situate it off the side there, because that would be kind of nightmarish, but probably throw something here just to the south. Ooh, maybe build it in these stones? Ooh, that might be the play. Let me put a little... I'm gonna just call it Stone Gate for now, and we'll get prettier with it when prettier words come to mind. Out. Or rather, the original reason. Getting up there for leather, getting up there. Let's ping first. Well, if we go to Eikthyr, we can I believe we already have a connection to Firstlamp from Eikthyre's altar. Gonna have to come clear the road once we're done making it. Of course, that's half the fun of making a road, is then running back through and getting to clear everything so you get the nice straight path. Well, not straight by any means, but you know, pleasantly windy, but clear of debris. I think it's just up there. That felt like a very disrespectful delay, but it was not intended to be. Yes, there it is. Cool. Get some of that juice back. And there we go. We're now connected back up to Firstlamp. Now, whether we're going to do a road all the way to the tower camp is yet to be seen. So that would be a fair chunk longer. Ah, praise the lamp, it is good to be home. Half, come over here, and we are going to do, wow, none of these bore have a star. Okay, wild. Well, they don't have the butcher knife, so we gotta do this the old-fashioned way. Alright, we have one, now we got I should chill out and start eating soon. Let's get some of that boar meat cooked too, because that's not going to do me any. It's not. I can speak English. That's not going to do me any harm to get that all cooked up. Beef down here. We'll just keep that on me. Now, I guess I could take that tanning rack, but I kind of don't want to. I don't want to clear this place out just to load up the camp. I am trying to figure out if I need to pin those two a little bit closer to each other. And we're going to say the answer is probably yes. We're going to just do this boar a little bit. Okay, well, I was going to say I was going to spook you over a little bit, but clearly you've... now you want to be. Lovely. swear raspberries work for these little buggers, but I might be wrong. Oh, that's a hardy help in a coal. That's what I want to find, though. Alright, that's where all of that is. Take a wee nap here. There we have some mushrooms. That sounded like a good noise. On the off chance it wasn't. Have some mushrooms. Is there anything of dire need that I want to bring? That is a temptation. We can split that in half, maybe. I'll bring that. I'll have plenty of gray dwarf eyes. I have more deer meat than boar meat, but that's probably fine. I won't need cash until we're actually doing things there. Actually doing things there, but we won't need cash until we found, like, the merchants. We are going to take a stack of arrows, though. Fine with bow. Can't make it yet. Can make a crude bow. Take just a little bit more to even out what I just used up, but the hope is going to be that the hope is going to be that the usefulness of the bow outweighs how much leather that was. Though, speaking of, a little bit of meat, get that leather. Puts us back up to 50 and some change. Did a piglet happen? Yes, a piglet did. Oh, and it's a 1-star piglet too. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, for... well, we'll let them keep going. Let's eat some food. Let's grab... I think we're gonna swap out the 1 piece of cooked deer meat we have with the 20 pieces of boar meat. Then we have deer hide galore, I believe, over at the other location. And it's not hard to find them in the forest. So, it's time to head back. Take a moment and center ourselves at the lamp. I think once I clear the trees out, that is going to look really cool. Now we need to line up with Tower Camp, which is really just kind of straight out there, huh? Well, maybe I will try to make a path. There's going to be that high portion of the meadows that's going to drop back down into well, we could stay somewhat high here and then pick an opportune moment to descend a little bit. Only spot a tree fell on my head, and I cursed the gods. So I leave this stone in praise of them, that they might forgive my reckless words. So what did probably Mothman do in his stream? I don't know, it was just a lot of hoeing. Every good road crosses a fallen tree. Now, as we come up onto this lake, I think we're just gonna run alongside it, partially for the aesthetics and partially because I don't know if there's a lot of reason to get too fussy with it. Between the big rocks, because nothing bad ever happens between two giant rocks. That's a joke. I suppose in this particular area, maybe. Best off building a bridge. It's always worth it to get distracted and pick blueberries. That's a Mothman tip. Mothman tip 2, when building roads, check your map. Don't just build into the woods like a dingus. I think one keen motivator in having me futz around with actually doing the road is the spawner over here. Now we can get a little different with the specific road and where it lies when we're actually dealing with this. In time frame and instance we're dealing with right this second, I think I'm just gonna let this carve right on by, and I think the best thing's gonna be just to head up this hill and kind of connect with that area in front of the house there. I suppose I determined it would be called Secondlamp, but I don't know. It doesn't have quite the same ring as Firstlamp. I will probably try to crack that. Alright, come on over. Alright, bloody delightful. We're back. It's not night yet. We get free mushrooms. Okay. So with that being said, let's set about crafting one of these. Need a little bit of wood. I need to deposit all of this extraneous stuff. I need 5 deer hide. I need 15 of those good flintstones, which blessedly I have just enough of. Yeah, we'll just park it there in the corner. The tightness of this space, I'll admit, I'm not hugely into. I'm enjoying the design challenge of it, but I don't know. The fireplace just seems a little big and clunky now to me. Maybe I could scoot that back a little bit and try to trick the smoke into going up a more outwardly angle. If I did like there. Those. Actually, that seems to be working. Less. Alright, well, maybe we'll break this down then. Oh no, that... Not entirely sure what I broke. Well, just an outer piece. At some point, our strategy is going to be to put some walls around this place. Let's see. The plants there as well. Great morphies in here because we can't eat those yet. A couple of those. Alright, we're looking pretty good. You know, since we have the Surtling cores we do and we have enough stone, I think I'm going to figure out where I want to put my smelter and my charcoal kiln. See what we want to do from there. So I think a very valid place to do it would be like right here, or at least for maybe a couple of smelters there. Hello, Hugin. You have built a smelter. Deposit your raw ore in this furnace and it will melt away all impurities, leaving you with a bar of refined metal to work at the forge. You will need coal to fuel the smelter. Coal can be produced by building a kiln and loading it with wood. Thanks. I know all this stuff, I'm reading it out to, I don't know, have fun with it, I guess. You know, I'll betcha we can do something here. If I had another 5, I'd set up maybe one here with the thought of doing a couple charcoal kilns over here and then some smelting happening over here. But that is a tackleable thing for later. We're gonna do 2 things. Raw and quick. 1, we are going to add some more wood over here because I like the aesthetic of that. And then get that first load of charcoal going. Or wise, I'd also probably put a box over there just to... One for the charcoal, one for, I suppose, just wood. For now, maybe we'll just put one there and we'll just use it for both. Or maybe what we do is we make use of what's already here. here. And we'll put the coal over here. There we go. Beautiful. We'll put down the leather, and we'll be good as gold. Deer hide and bone. Okay, well I have a fair bit of both of those. You know, I'm weirdly equipped to do this, so I might. Yeah, because I have like just enough. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Yeah, let's do a banner here. That's what the letter's for. Let's put her there, maybe. I think up higher is better, but you know, running by just a little bit's kind of fun. Close to it, but we won't run into it. Need to quit putting all of those away. I think actually to that point I do know what I'm going to do. And that is one, I'm going to come over and fill this up as best I can. And I'll spread out another piece here. And I suppose one of the better things for me to do would be to just go get some tin and some copper. So I now have the means to process them, so we'll handle tin first. So there should be some just down here on the coast. That's the Great Dwarf one again. I feel like that's the only one I ever find in the Black Forest. Tin. I bring tidings. You have found some ore. Raw ore needs to be refined in the smelter before you can work it at the forge. To build a smelter, you will need circling cores. Search for them in the dark places beneath the earth. It's one of your hints to go look for them in burial crypts. I should probably just run back. I do not have the carry weight for much more. That's like 24 tin though. Of course, any grey dwarves that throw themselves against us are going to blessedly produce a little bit of wood. Now, over here, we're just gonna let that deer just go. Hear the sounds of something whacking something made of wood. I don't think I need to care. How did the skeletons kick the shit out of you? That would explain the lack of health. The feathers are necessary for arrows. I apologize. Let me unburden myself of some of this here. We'll just let that be a stone chest. Let's get those feathers so we're not wasting anything. Those are some fine feathers they will make for arrows flying straight and true. Well, flying with a predictable curve, at least. Until my skill's high enough for them to not drop like rocks out of the sky. a few different nifty things with copper deposits to try and get all the juice out of them, but with the resources turned up, sometimes I'll go for like a full copper deposit, like digging the whole thing out and either gravity breaking it or, you know, just whittling it down from the top down. But I think unless we're really hurting for resources, I might just take what I can get from the surface and run off of that basis. Don't like leaving resources ungrabbed, mind you, but I don't like leaving resources ungrabbed, but I also don't. I don't know. I don't know if I fully want to dig through layers and layers of dirt for the copper. I want to mine, but I don't want to like mine, you know? I'm sure I'll do it once or twice. But for now, let's... Is that another spawner up on the hill? Yeah, I think it is up there between the trees. Seeing just a little bit of the smoke. Okay. Well, hey, if there's... I'm actually a little sad that I broke the one now. Spawners nearby means twice as many resources. Alright. Less. Yeah, those are both pretty close to Camp Tower, so I might be able to build a couple little spawners. That'd be pretty cozy. Give me a fair few resources. And of course the Grey Dwarf eyes and all are gonna overload me, but if I can find the merchant, I can get a Thunderstone, and then I can make an Obliterator, and that means more coal for me. Which means that I can actually process more things. Probably just turn the rest into, yeah, pretty much just wood, stone, and I suppose the rest would just end up turning to coal in the Obliterator. Full weight. I'm going to assume that the stone and the copper has quite a bit to do with that. think my present goal is to get a little bit more processed here. And just take a little bit of that copper and get that smelted. Take some of this over here, get it crammed on the side. There we go. There. Put up the torches. Yeah, those go in there. Lovely. One lovely little added benefit of all these torches is going to be nothing should be able to spawn super close to me up here. Some things maybe off towards this side, but should not be anything close enough that I need to fully worry. There's a slight possibility that something over here might get a little hanky-scranky, but there are hopefully some safeguards in place to try and make me a little bit safer. Our goal is going to be what is the goal? Because we need the fuel. We're going to get the wood by clearing some of these smaller trees and smaller bitlands. Partially because that's also going to give us more sightline, which means that if we get raided, we'll actually be able to, like, shoot into the woods a little bit easier. Though the trees can be kind of dense and block shots on their own, it's all the little stuff on the ground that'll really junk up the pathing and junk up what you can see. Aha. What's lovely is we have a few more burial crypts on the map as well, which means we should be able to get enough circling cores to do the do. Get a few more of these up and running. Let's see, don't really have much else other than resin, which isn't going to add a lot of weight, so back out we go. Right, Rudy was whacking upon my steps like that. Actually, one thing we might do is take down this tree here that's on the path I made. Actually, that's probably what I should do if I need wood, is just go clear some paths. 2725. There's some of those down. Vacuum some of those up. Alright, so I am at least partially right. So I need 2 more bits of copper, 10 wood, 4 stone. Easy enough to grab on both fronts. I'll tan wood. A 4 stone. Now, yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way with the intent of, like, if an ember were to pop off, we could kick it down towards the fire there. Now, can I take you? And yes, I can. Okay, cool. We're going to have a bigger kitchen in future houses. We might make some kind of, like, outside pit for things, but what we do have is... Aha. Okay. So now that we have the cauldron, we can actually make some good food, finally. Now I have enough berries to do some Queen's Jam as well. Not the longest lasting, but it gives a good amount of stamina for this stage of the game. And that will also let me just pull all of these out. Raspberries are very easy to get. As much of this jam as you can. Because until I have some kind of metery going, I'm just not gonna need to keep such a vice grip on all my foods. That's good. Let's put those there. Got 18 of those left. Nice number. That there. That's there. Alright, so what would our 23, 10, 40, like say plus 70, give or take, stamina? That's not bad. This, that up. Refill the smelter. That back there. Grab the rest of that copper. decent health bar, decent stamina bar. Doesn't do much for weight, obviously, but it's Valheim. You want to carry more stuff, you need better belt. And I have no belt. Another reason to keep an eye out for the trader. I have a tendency to get their names a little crossed, but I believe I'm referencing Haldor and not Hildir as I say that. And I'm referencing Haldor over Hildir only because, again, he sells the, oh, what's the name of the belt? Making Yord? I don't know. It's a lovely belt though, and I love the 450 carry weight to the point that I almost don't wear any other belts. I'll let that finish smelting first. Throw a rock stone in there, throw that in there, throw like a piece of coal. Sideways just to give it a place to vibe. Alrighty, I'll just take a moment to... No. I think I'm going to take just a moment and sit maybe on the log here, check and make sure everything is still working and running as it's supposed to. Fine bars of copper. How much we got after 2 of smelting? Lovely. Alright. At some point I'm still going to need to get some walls up, if only to provide a bit of a troll barrier. What I'll do is I'll line the edge with core wood and then use that to mark out where I want to build. from the top here is. Not a bad one, honestly. Not a bad one. Still a little rough-a-rony as far as my houses go, but you know, I'm here for it. It's a functional house in the Black Forest. I have smelters going. Again, walls are kind of the operational limiter here, but you know, that's all right. I think we're gonna let maybe have a little bit of a sit here by the fire and a little bit of a rest. She has been working hard, and I think we'll call it there for her. So if you tuned in at any point and I didn't see you, sorry I missed you, but welcome belatedly, and I hope you had fun. And if you're seeing this in the future on YouTube, then I hope it was an entertaining watch. It was my first stream ever, and, well, frankly, it was pretty fun to do. Hoping that they continue to be this easy and straightforward. Gonna just knock on wood real quick and say good night, everybody. Peace out.